If history isn't preserved, it is lost. The founders and early members of the American Legion post-81 understood the need to document events and save them for later generations to learn from. If they could speak, what would they tell us today, 100 years after their humble beginnings? While they recorded their story without the aid of sound, they have left us clues in newspaper articles from the time, documents, and even first-hand accounts. Harry Hassler, along with other Post and Unit 81 members, is seen in front of the Alice Hotel in Wichita in August 1951. The group was attending the American Legion State Convention, where Hassler would soon be elected department commander. They took the opportunity to document the occasion and leave a legacy. Captain Edgar Dale, Post-81, has a rich history, and the founders and early members wanted to share that history. Their history began in April 1918, when Captain Edgar Dale led his men from 3rd Kansas, which was later merged with 4th Missouri, to form the 139th Infantry of the 35th Division. He led them to the Argonne Forest in France. On March 15, 1919, the American Legion was founded in Paris, and by June 9th, the preamble beginning "For God and Country" was drafted. In that very same month, in El Dorado, Kansas, veterans of the Great War gathered to form a local post. It was with uncertainty that a meeting of ex-servicemen of El Dorado was called in June 1919 by Charles Suffield for the purpose of launching a post. Several secret meetings were held in the courthouse, Chamber of Commerce, and the El Dorado Times building and other buildings before the organizational meeting was held. They were proud of their home, whether one of the many temporary meeting places or the permanent building on West Central, as those homes are featured in most of the surviving footage and articles of the day. Perhaps this was their way of communicating their love of home, love of country. It was that very love that prompted them to leave it, protect it, and in many cases, give their lives for it. It was for the life given by Captain Edgar Dale that the name of the post was unanimously selected. On May 25, 1921, the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 81 was founded. They selected for their slogan, "Service," in order to continue to serve in peacetime as they had in war.
And now, Rosamond, when was you born? 1925?
And my father joined me I was as a baby, I guess.
Oh,
and I still am a member, but
I know.
I don't go anymore, but
Your father was Wilbur Bill Morris, and he was a postmaster in El Dorado, and he served in the Army,
yes,
110th Engineer Division in France.
yes.
Wow. Captain Edgar Dale was one of Wilbur's officers in the Army. He joined the other returning veterans in the American Legion. Wilbur served as commander in 1928. Anna Pitts, that was your mother.
Yes.
Morris, Wilbur's wife, was active in the auxiliary for many years and was president in 1942.
Okay, that's about
Their son Joseph Alfred Morris,
Joseph Alfred.
and they called him Jack.
He was Jack until he became in the Army. They made you use your real name,
Okay.
so he became Joe then.
He became a Legion member.
He was a pilot. It should
pilot. Okay.
Would be 17 pilot.
In World War II.
Each passing year brought a new commander, and each commander led initiatives to grow the post. From the annual remembrance of Armistice Day, first celebrated in El Dorado on November 11, 1919, to the 4th of July celebrations and the American Legion baseball program, just to name a few. Each contribution improved El Dorado and the lives of its citizens. Many of those programs are still ongoing today. While some of the monuments are long gone, an important one of note is still there.
He was one of a group of volunteers who built the local post building.
They actually built it themselves. They went out and built it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I was there at the dawn's early light. I was there at the twilight's last gleaming. I was there with the bombs bursting in air, torn and tattered what so proudly you hailed. I was there in Germany, France, Italy, Pearl Harbor, Korea, Vietnam, Kuwait, Somalia, Iraq, Afghanistan, and countless other places. I flew proud and honored, and I was still there.
From groundbreaking to completion, construction of the post home took over 7 years. A cornerstone laying ceremony was held on November 12, 1939, to dedicate the building. The Captain Edgar Dale post of the American Legion in El Dorado, Kansas, turned 100 years old in 2019. What will be said of its legacy 100 years from now?
Is there anybody else living besides you and me?
Not very many.
And then it's so neat to see all those young kids.
That's the purpose. That's the whole purpose. I'm one of the few really old people, but I love to see those children. And we've got to teach them. If we don't, what's our world going to be?
That's right.